run in teams from Monday all through Wednesday? Because some people asked me, did they actually run for 3 days non-stop? How exactly did this happen?
That's what many people thought in first instance when you heard about the idea of 300 kilometers run. People think of a marathon. The concept of the relay means that each runner per day runs 10 kilometers with a baton, and after 10 kilometers, well, we run in teams of 2. The baton is handed over to the next runners.
That is, of course, that is footage from last year's marathon. But you're talking about a baton. So what happens is you run 10 kilometers, and by the time you get to the end of those 10 kilometers, there is a teammate waiting to receive the baton, and he receives it and continues with the rest.
That's right, yeah. And in the meanwhile, the other runners are staying in the bus to cheer up
to cheer those who are running at that moment.
So it's all about teamwork. It's not a competition. It's about reaching Kampala.
So of course, we're looking at the footage right there on your TV screens. That is the run coming to an end yesterday. That was as you arrived in Kampala, to be precise, right here at Vision Group. That was the finishing point. And we can see some of the participants. I'm not so sure we can see Fred from here, but somewhere in the pictures, he should be somewhere there. But Daniel, this idea of a relay, like I said, it's the first one of a kind. And it still mesmerized me up to this moment in time. It was quite smart and quite ingenious, if I might say. But did it have any challenges for you, the organizers, and the participants? Were there any challenges?
Yeah, the biggest challenge was that we only had 3 weeks. It was a spontaneous idea, which came up in a meeting from coach to coach and MTN, because we were already preparing for another program, a Uganda Runners Experience. And then in a short while, you need to organize the athletes, find sponsors, and prepare for the whole event. I can say with Fred and the other team members who are also here in the studio, you cannot see them.
Of course.
Solomon and Sam. We didn't sleep much in the last week before the event. That's what I can say.
I can imagine. Fred, I did look at a list of the participants yesterday, and I did notice that many of them were young boys between the age of 17 to 22. Is this an area that perhaps you feel Uganda Athletics Federation as well should be paying keen notice to? If we are going to develop talent, this is where we start.
Yes, that's why we have our slogan as to inspire, connect, and develop the talents from all age brackets. And we have all categories of children from 6 years till 20. That's the reason why even yesterday we had a report that we have some P7 leavers who also participated in the relay. So we believe together we can develop sports in Sabay region, and we shall come up with the great champions like Kiprotich,
and Moses Kipsiro,
and Solomon Mutai.
And Joshua Cheptegei perhaps as well.
Yes.
But now
they supported our event.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they were there with the start.
They were running, at the start they were
first
all
leg.
present.
Yes.
All 3 of them were present?
Yes.
Stephen was not there.
But you had Solomon Mutai and Moses Kipsiro as well.
Joshua Cheptegei.
Joshua Cheptegei, so have you involved them in any of these activities, and will they be involved on Sunday come the MTN Marathon?
What's important to mention is that Stephen Kiprotich and Joshua Cheptegei are already involved in the Home of Talent project for almost a year. And they come once in a while to the community to inspire the young ones, like Fred said, from 6 up to 20 years.